The reflection coax shoe the what drop into the center. Ah.
Sorry, converse with my father.
Okay, we shall now drop this into the middle of the pool of reflection. I'm pretty sure we're in the pool of the reflection. Ah, where's the pool of reflection? Are you sure this isn't the pool of reflection? Do I have to like jump up here or something? Yes, I do, don't I? Ah, that's not gonna be fun. Jump mechanics. God, how I hate you. Ah. So what do we have to do? Coax shoe the water spirit.
Do the la 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 la
Oh,
la la
that
la
wasn't
la.
one. That's a useful ability.
Oh.
Geronimo! Ah, can I go flying? It's boring. So what, do we just wait here and... Ah, there we go. Come on, make it. Ah. Oh, wait, there we go. Yep. Throws us up into the air and then we go pladoosh. And again. So we're playing with the spirit of water. Geronimo. Okay, where's another one? Come on. There we go. So just up and down, up and down, up and down. Greatest mechanic ever. Okay. So yeah, up till now this is actually pretty good.
And practice lead
Yeah,
us
that's
to
better
our
than
full
ours.
potential.
I do like it up to now. It's probably not an improvement over Cataclysm. I did prefer... I don't know, I think I actually prefer this starting area to the Worgens, but the Goblin starting area is still by far my favourites. I think Ryan's played through a grand total of 2. Which ones have you done again, Ryan? Which starting areas have you done? Which ones?
I've only done
Which
one.
one was that?
Oh no, I've done 2. I've done the weird bull people one
Oh,
and
Torrent.
the
Torrent are
weird
awesome.
and the weird tiny one.
Gnomes.
I think they're called gnomes.
How could you not love gnomes? They blow everything up. It's exactly your style, Ryan.
No, I blow everyone's
So do the
shoes.
gnomes.
In jokes for the win.
The gnomes actually, in one quest, literally launch you up into the air every now and again by blowing up your shoes.
I'm sorry, George. If shoe bombs aren't
These
involved,
are
I'm
shoe
not
bombs.
interested.
Gnomes
Shut
have got
up.
shoe bombs.
For people who don't realise, every Wednesday, me and George go to a RPG night
And
at
Ryan
our local
screws
gaming
everyone.
club. And I usually end up screwing everyone over in one or two more ways. However, it is always fun and interesting.
I think this is where we get to see the new mobs, and I should really go over there and just use the path.
Ooh,
The main new mob, the recurring one. The best one, as well.
Mm.
Yeah, the best.
the bestest.
They have to have a dungeon revolving
So
around
George,
these guys.
think about,
I would be really disappointed if they do.
so George, what do you think about the fact that Blizzard might completely rewrite the beta?
Up till now I like it, but it wouldn't be the end of the world if they rewrote it. They could make it better.
Do you think at any point, basically, WoW gets stale?
Meh, I like WoW. As long as they keep releasing new content, I will keep playing. Simple as. Yep, this is where we get to see the new rabbit mob thing.
What do you say if the allegation is that eventually Blizzard will just let it die?
I doubt I will ever die. It might get...
No, Blizzard will let it die.
I doubt... Unless Blizzard releases a new MMO, which... I don't
Which
think
they
they're
probably
going to
would
at the
do
moment.
if they let WoW die. No, I mean if they let WoW die, they would probably
No, I
release
think they
a
probably
new MMO.
let WoW die because they released a new MMO. If they release a
Huh?
new MMO,
I was
they'd
saying
want
that.
people to go to the new MMO, so they'd stop bringing out content for a while.
Oh no, no, I said they'd let WoW die,
Nah, I
and
think
then
they'd
bring
bring
out a
out the
new
new
MMO.
MMO first, and then they'd let WoW die.
Uh,
Until they brought out the
uh,
new MMO, I doubt they'll stop doing content for WoW because it's such a big money maker for them.
oh, of course, but you have to admit it's making less money
Yes,
for
but
them
it's still their
nowadays.
prime money maker. They
Well,
have
they've
got
got
StarCraft, but
StarCraft
it's
now.
not making anywhere near as much money as WoW is. Especially,
You've got
especially since WoW, StarCraft is a one-time payment. WoW isn't.
well, eventually, soon it won't be.
Is it going to be subscription-based soon then?
Oh
I was going to
no,
say.
it'll never be subscription based, but it's pretty. Let's just say in Heart of the Swarm they're going to introduce a new market for people to sell and buy stuff. I think it's custom
Oh,
maps they're
that.
mainly
Oh,
working
no,
on.
no, no. It's only a very, very, very small fee. Literally like 50p a piece.
No, George, it'll never be 50p
It
a piece,
is.
and you know that.
That is the price
It's
they're going for.
Blizzard.
It's most because I've
How do you know?
learnt about this. They talked about it on, I think it was the Game Station podcast. And it's basically just
Yeah.
to, I think some of it actually goes to the creators and some of it goes to Blizzard. And it's just to try and, promote making custom maps basically so you actually get something out of it because it's going to be pretty hard to do. And you're not going to be making much.
Oh.
WoW is still going to be their
No.
primary, money maker.
Yeah, with microtransactions, anything will be
You've got
the primary
subscriptions
maker.
and microtransactions. That's already making you so much money when it comes to WoW.
Speaking of WoW
WoW is
being
awesome.
evil, how are you doing
What?
today, George? How are you
How are
doing
you
today,
doing?
George?
Okay.
Yes. So if I was to tell you, WoW was going to release another
Which they
expansion.
are.
No, I mean, apart from
We
this one,
already know
they're going
that.
to release.
The whole point of Mr. Pandaria
No, I
is it's the
mean,
calm before the storm.
no, George, I mean, they're going to release it within a month or so.
Again. I doubt it'll be a month. I'd say more like 6 months to a year.
Just listen. Do you reckon? What would your reaction to this be?
It really does depend on the price model for Mr. Pandaria.
Would you say it should be too soon and thus content would be
It
rushed?
depends. If they've been working on it for a while already. Not really.
No, it's not going to happen.
It
I'm just
really
simply
does
asking.
depend on how they would do it, if it did happen. If basically it's going to be like Mr. Pandaria is going to be about a £5 expansion, and it's just going to be
Excuse me, George. Think
like
about what
£5
you just
expansion.
said.
What's wrong with that?
You said £5 expansion in conjunction with using Blizzard. No, no, no,
Why?
no.
What you call it? Most of the expansions are really cheap at the moment. What I would expect is, and they're literally giving
That's
away
because they've been
Cataclysm.
out for a while. Yes, but that's because
No,
they've been
Cataclysm
out for a
hasn't been out
while.
for that long. I think it's a year and
How
a
long
half
it's
now.
been out? That's a
No,
while
it's not
in
when they're still
gaming
releasing
terms.
content for Cataclysm.
And it's
Some of
still
that
a
content
while.
is pretty damn new. Literally,
Just Halo Reach died within a year.
Ryan, that's because Halo Reach sucked.
Yes, but it still proves my point. People look at the shiny thing, they get interested in the shiny thing, and then they get bored of shiny thing.
Cataclysm was a bit more of the shiny thing. Cataclysm was probably the most major expansion to date.
Pretty much, and that's why they have to put it at such a low price point, because it's so
No, I'm saying they're
important to
giving
the
it away
story.
at some points, and they're not giving it away. It depends on what you do. Normally it's
Oh,
still
that
the
reminds me.
same price as it was when it first came out, but you can get it for free.
Hmm.
Mists of Pandaria at the moment. It wouldn't surprise me too much if they literally 6 months later released a new expansion and they made Mists of Pandaria something like a £10-15 expansion. Just a bit of a quickie. Just something to bridge the gap between the next
I think
expansion and
that's it.
Cataclysm. Uh,
You never know, George. It could be the
I
return of
doubt
the
it,
Lich King.
because it's now the bitch queen. We've no long. It's now Sylvanas. I hate Sylvanas. Why won't she just die? I like how we got to kill her in the expansion. In our Twilight. That was fun. I think it was end time. Yeah, it was end time. We got to kill her in end time. That was awesome. Who doesn't love killing Sylvanas? Why?
Me. Because I've never ever who's
Sylvanas is the leader
Sylvanas.
of the undead. No, I just got Blink. Blink's awesome. Blink!
Oh, that's interesting. Dungeons in Guild Wars 2 are dividing it. First you go through the story area of the dungeon, then you go through the
I guess
challenge
the
area of
story
the
area is going
dungeon.
to be easy as pie.
Yeah, pretty much. And you get quite good loot from the story area. You also get better loot from the challenge area.
Loot!
Ooh, that's interesting. You have to play through the story area
Makes
to unlock
sense.
the
It means
challenge
you
area.
actually know what you're doing to a certain extent.
It's pretty much so people who go, oh my god, power level, they're forced to listen to the story about 1,000 times.
Well,
Which makes me laugh.
realistically, we'll only.
It's so you can't really farm the dungeons without
That's
listening
going
to
to
the story for the
piss
umpteenth
off
time.
the high-level guilds then. The hardcore guilds.
There'll probably a few dungeons that are quite high level that won't have story attached to
It's
them
still going to piss them off
for that
because you're not
reason.
going to get the same loot in some dungeons. You're going to go for the once.
Well, no, I think they're going to do
If you can
standardized
skip
loot
the story,
in the
then it'll be
story
fine.
area.
Because all it'll do is piss people off, really. Because if you've ever played Cataclysm, the reason that
Well,
Dragon
no, people have
Souls,
a basic knowledge of the lore,
cinematics are
which is
so short is because you know how bad that would be for the hardcore gamers who literally run that thing like 16 times a week.
yes, but think about this, George. WoW caters to
Good.
more the
No, it
hardcore gamer
doesn't.
nowadays.
No, it
Mm,
doesn't. You're
it
kidding me,
does.
right? It started
Alright
catering
then, so
way
I'm
more
a
to the casual gamer.
hardcore gamer, George.
WoW caters so much to the casual gamer.
George, I'm
Get
gonna
Victory
stand
in
up
this
and say
chat
I'm
now
a
and say
casual
that
gamer.
to him.
George, I'm gonna raise my hand and
Ryan,
say I'm
get
more of a
Victory in
casual
this
gamer.
chat and say,
I go into WoW and I'm intimidated to hell. I can't play WoW for that very reason, because you min-max like a biatch,
no,
and
no,
everyone
no,
else
no, no
min-maxes.
one else
And yes,
min-maxes. I don't think there's a single other
everyone
person in my guild who min-maxes.
in your guild, there's a very larger core of
All the
people who
people who
min-max.
min-max are in, like, the top 200 guilds, usually.
Yeah. But George, I can't
You really
min-max
don't
because I
have to
just point blank
min-max
refuse.
in WoW. It doesn't make that much of a difference. It only makes the difference when you're running heroics, which you would never run.
Oh, also George, that's the thing. What's the opening
The opening
dungeon
dungeon level is
level
level
thingy
15
in
for
WoW?
the casuals, and also all of the dungeons in the game have a heroic and a normal mode, save for the raids. The normal mode, literally, it doesn't give you that good loot, and it's basically just here's the dungeon, here's the content, play through it. The hardcore mode and the heroics are for the really high level people who want to experience everything seriously. I think all of the normal content in Cataclysm when it was first released, the hardcore guilds got through it in about a day. And then the rest of it, they wiped. I think there was one boss, which the best guild who did that and managed to get the world first, wiped 256 times on. World first. That is
What's
what
going
most
world
of the
first?
hardcore guilds go for. That's the reason why they raid. As soon as Blizzard releases the content, every
Ooh,
single
what that give
hardcore
you?
guild, literally, some of them took like a week off work to get that world first.
What's a world?
It
What does that
basically, if you get a
entirely
world
to?
first, you get a shiny achievement for your guild, which basically
Ooh,
says, yeah,
that
this
sounds good.
guild got a world first. It's called a feat of strength. They're like achievements, but they're not. They're basically extras. They are one-time things. You can get, for instance, there's a guild achievement called, kill Marchok, world first Marchok, heroic. And if you get world first on Marchok heroic, which is one of the bosses in Dragon Soul, you will get that achievement for your guild. And nobody else can ever get that achievement on your realm. Only you have it. And then there's no one for the realm first as well. So nobody
Oh,
else in
that
the
sounds
world can
good.
get that world first. Nobody else in Europe can get that European first, and nobody else in the realm can get that realm first. So yeah, and if you're the first one to
That
get it
sounds
in a
awesome.
world, you'll get your, you'll get your continents first, the world first, and the realm first. So that's 3 achievements, which nobody else can get on your realm. Some of them in your continent, some of them on the world.